Rohan's Car Patcher.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a wee while since I've uploaded anything. I burnt my arm pretty badly on a pressure cooker and it's only just starting to heal now, so I wasn't able to do any videos or anything like that, and I'm still on the mend. So instead of filming the Peugeot and doing anything like that, which I couldn't really do with the arm, I want to show you my Land Rover and we're going to take it for a wee drive. It's going to be a bit of a casual video, but yeah, I've got a week off and I've not really driven this car since owning it because it basically came to me with no engine in it and I had to put the engine back in. And anyone that has a classic car knows that when you first get one, it's kind of scary to drive it anywhere because you don't know if it's going to break down or not. And I've really not driven it that much. I've just driven it to the Tesco and back really, which is like a 5-minute drive. So this is going to be the proper test for it. My girlfriend has given me the task of finding her some very specific coffee beans that are at a farm shop about an hour's drive from here. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going to the farm shop, which is about an hour's drive, picking up some coffee beans and then driving home, fingers crossed, with no hiccups or anything like that. And like I say, I've not really driven this car, so I want to build that confidence with it so I can start to drive it a bit more and more. And since it's my week off, I've got no plans. It's the perfect time to break down. If I am going to break down, it should be today. I can already see some oil leaks, but that's all right. But yeah, let's talk about the car itself. So this is a Land Rover Series 3. It's not a Defender. People think it's a Defender. It's a different thing. Although, to be honest, they're not that different. But this is a 1978. What's special about this one is it's got a galvanized chassis, which is fantastic. It means there's no rust to worry about. And it's also got a 200 TDI engine from a Discovery 1. So it's actually got a newer engine than it came with. It originally came with a non-turbo diesel, which apparently are all right, but they can be a bit slow and sluggish. This one's got a turbo diesel, and it's also got an overdrive. So it's got all the good things that I wanted in a series. It's a car that I've wanted for years and years and years. It's just such an iconic car to me, and I just think it's such a pretty car as well. I love square cars, and this is pretty much as square as you can get, right? So this video is not really going to be that exciting or crazy because it's really just me driving to a shop and back. But I think it'll just be fun to try something new, you know? I've never really done like road trip footage before, so I think it'll be a kind of fun thing to learn. It's something I wanted to do on the channel, and I think this will be a great opportunity to try it out. I'm a bit concerned that the Land Rover's too loud and I won't be able to capture any audio, but we'll see how that goes, you know? It should be a laugh anyway. People are staring at me, it's very weird. I don't really film outside in public, it feels very embarrassing. If you do like the car, don't worry, I will do a much nerdier video about the car itself and go into a lot more detail and show you a bit more of the car. But today I'm a bit sore and I just want to go for a drive. All right, this is attempt number 3 to get this piece to camera while driving. We'll give it a bash. So why is this one of my dream cars? Well, to be honest, this and the Defender are just some of the coolest cars in my opinion. One of my favourite films growing up was Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Specifically the second one, because that one had a bunch of Land Rover Series 3s in it. And it was the really cool spec with the safari roof. I just thought they were really, really cool cars when I saw them initially as a kid. It's worth noting that James Bond drove one of these in one of the later films. It may not be an Aston Martin, but it's still a James Bond car, and that's official. Coming to Defenders, I mean, there's countless films that the Defenders have been in, but one of my favourite examples growing up again was the one from Tomb Raider. And everyone that knows Defenders knows which one I'm on about. I immediately wanted to take that on a proper adventure, like I am doing today. And when I say I'm doing a proper adventure today, I'm doing a 2-hour round trip. But it feels like an adventure in this car. It feels special driving this car. It feels like every turn there's going to be something scary or adventurous, right? Oh, there's traffic lights. There you go. See, that would be absolutely fine in a normal car, but that was scary in this car. Oh my God, there we go. I'm glad it stopped. There's just something special about these cars. They went around the world. I think, I can't remember the stat, it's something like 60% of the developing world. I'm not sure if that's the correct phrase to use these days, but 60% of the developing world back in the day, their first car they ever saw was a Land Rover. But these were taken everywhere. And because of that, I think they just became such an iconic part of the landscape at the time. And same with the farming world. Like, this is a farmer's car at the end of the day. And it feels like it, let me say. It definitely feels like a farmer's car. I reckon the third and fourth synchro's gone because I'm double declutching and it's not grinding anymore. So that's I'm just going to keep doing that and just hope for the best. That's a development. But man, there's just something so special and enjoyable about driving this. In terms of the car, in terms of the drive of this car, the steering is suggestive rather than being actually connected to anything to do with the wheels. The brakes are spongy, but they're not as bad as you might think. You just have to be quite good at predicting when to stop. And you know, it's like stopping a boat. You need to think very far ahead when you want to stop. And just keeping a big bit of distance between the next car, I think that's key to driving this thing. The ride quality is bumpy, it bounces about, but the seats themselves, I think these are aftermarket seats. They feel fine, they feel pretty good. I've been driving this for 2 hours today almost, and I could do another 2 hours, provided the car didn't break down. The gears are alright as well once you get used to them. The fact this car has an overdrive really helps with the drivability as well, because I'm in top gear right now, 4th gear, and I'm doing about 40 miles an hour, and it's pretty loud. But if I put the overdrive on, it's a lot nicer to drive. It's a lot more usable, a lot quieter. I'm not going to say it's quiet because I've got earplugs in, but it's quieter than it would be if it didn't have that extra overdrive unit. Every time I drive this car, it feels like an adventure. I think it's because you have to concentrate so hard on what you're doing the whole time you're driving it. You don't really drive it, you operate it. You have to be constantly aware of what's going on, if there's any bumps in the road, because that'll unsettle you, and you have to use the sloppy steering to get you back on the right side of the road. You have to make sure that you're braking in time, because it doesn't stop like a modern vehicle. Here comes the bend, and I've had to brake quite early for that. You have to make sure that you're not in your overdrive in first and second, because that'll chew up the gearbox potentially, especially with the 200 TDI. There's just a lot to think about. And I will say, it makes for a safer drive because you're actually paying attention to what's going on. With these modern cars, they basically drive themselves, and because of that, you're not really paying attention to what's going on, whereas I am just hyper aware of what's happening right now. Just like everything that's going on, I have to be so locked in. Even speaking to the camera is quite difficult right now. So yeah, I would absolutely argue that this is a very safe car. I wouldn't want to crash it. I don't think there's much in terms of safety features. You've got brakes, and that's it. You do have a seatbelt as well, but I'm not sure that's going to give you much help when you're crumpled into the steering wheel. But it's not really something I want to think about while driving the car, to be honest. It's just so fun to drive. This is by far the funnest car I've ever driven, because it's just so involving. And I will say, I'm feeling a lot more confident in the car. Building that trust in the car is something I've needed to do for a while, and I'm just absolutely loving it. It's just such a pleasure to drive. I can't stop smiling, you know, I just can't stop smiling driving this thing. It just gives me so much joy. What I love about this car is that it's still one of the old school Land Rovers. This hasn't really changed since the Series 2, you know, early Series 2. The Series 1 was a bit different from the Series 2 and 3, but really, these cars haven't really changed since 1947 or whatever they were first launched. And it definitely feels that way. But it just feels really special to be driving something of this heritage, you know? It's a cult car, and you can see why. On paper, it's a terrible car, but there's something about it that I just can't put my finger on, and it makes me just fall in love with it. Probably the fact I'm just full of adrenaline. Oh, there's a recovery truck. Might use him later. Okay, we made it to the farm shop. We've got our coffee. £7.50. That's fine, that's totally a normal price for coffee. I got myself a wee coffee as well. Reflection time. I think that went pretty well overall. I filmed a bunch of footage that was, you know, me talking to the camera while driving, and none of it's going to be usable because it's so loud. So I'm going to have to sort that out. There's a bit of an oil leak at the front, so I need to figure out what that is. But you know, it's an old Land Rover, so you're going to expect some oil leaks. But it didn't break down. All we need to do now is get home, and hopefully it survives another hour on the road. There's another route I can take that goes on the motorway, That might be a terrible idea, but I'm going to try that out and see how it fares on the motorway. I think it can get up to about 60 miles an hour. I was doing what it looked like 40 on the speedo, but on my sat nav it was doing like 55, 60. So I reckon it will do motorway speeds. It's just whether I want to take it on the motorway because of the steering is another case. I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. It's not too long on the motorway, it's about 15 miles or so. Oh yeah, it's embarrassing, isn't it? Thank you very much. It's a bit old, it's a bit noisy and things, but no, not at all. No, not at all.
I clocked it when we parked because I'm an illustrator and I thought I'm not very good at vehicles, but I thought that is a vehicle.
You could just use rulers, right, and just get it all nice and straight.
No, I'm really not good with rulers either.
It's a nice car, yeah. It's pretty easy to draw, I think.
Do you call it something?
Oh, not sure yet. It's quite new to me. It's my first proper drive in it, so I'm not sure what the name is. If you've got any suggestions, let me know.
My husband's brother he used to call it his Landy. He lived up near Johnny Roads and he drove to Africa now.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I was nervous to take this about an hour, from my house. So to say it's gone to Africa and back, that's amazing.
I think I've got that right.
Well, I appreciate that. It's nice to see that someone else enjoys it as much as me. I'm so full of adrenaline from driving this car. I can barely speak and think. I'm going to go look at the ducks. She said there's some ducks over there, so I'm going to go have a look. We're now on the homeward journey, which is very exciting. So all we need to do is get home in one piece, and that'll be a successful day. I'm about to take this thing on the motorway, which is absolutely terrifying. Here we go. It's motorway time. Please don't break down. Woo! Here we go. Oh my God, this is terrifying. Right, overdrive in. There we go. Let's just set the cruise control, which is my right foot. And we're cruising. I'm just going to chill behind this truck because I do not belong anywhere other than the slow lane, let's be honest. So let's just chill out here. Hopefully we can last the 10-15 miles at least for this to get home. You can make it! You can make it, girl! Come on!